Can anyone stop Man City winning the Premier League again? Manchester City are understood to be staying in London for New Year, with just 3 days splitting their matches at Brentford and Arsenal. Pep Guardiola isn't likely to allow any kind of rivalry to ring in 2022. Just look at what happened when Jack Grealish and Phil Foden had a night out recently, but spirits in the camp will be high. City have ended the year as they started it, relentlessly winning football matches and taking control of the Premier League title race in the process. They have won their last 9 league games, and if they make it 10 at Brentford on Wednesday night, the worst-case scenario is that they will be 6 points clear at the top of the table. In the unlikely event that Chelsea lose at home to Brighton, that margin could be as much as 9, but the fact remains, it is already City's title to lose this season. There were plenty of Liverpool fans happy to concede the championship to Guardiola's side for a second consecutive season after they went down 1-0 at Leicester City on Tuesday. Jurgen Klopp acknowledged afterwards that it is already a big gap to City, and there's undoubtedly no margin for error for both Liverpool or Chelsea now. It's all very reminiscent of last season, when City went 19 league games, the equivalent to half a season, undefeated between late November and early March, winning all but 2 of those and cruising effortlessly clear. Now it appears they're sliding into top gear once again, and what's even more ominous is that Guardiola said he only had 14 outfield players available before the Boxing Day fixture with Leicester City. 27 minutes in, and they were 4-0 up, ultimately going on to win 6-3 with 5 different scorers. If that's a depleted City team, then good luck to opponents when they're at full strength. The reasons why City will win a 4th Premier League title in 5 seasons are compelling. But is there any way they can be stopped? Actually, Leicester may offer some hope despite their heavy defeat. Having gone 4 down, they scored the next 3 goals during a 10-minute second-half spell in which City looked genuinely vulnerable. In all, the Foxes managed 14 shots and 8 on target despite enjoying only 28% of the ball, showing that City can be exposed on the counter-attack. With the scoreline at 4-3, it was anyone's game. Premier League games only. Man City wed Brentford, Saturday Arsenal, Jan 15 Chelsea, Jan 22 Southampton, February 9 Brentford, February 12 Norwich, Liverpool Sunday Chelsea, Jan 16 Brentford, Jan 23 Palace, February 10 Leicester, February 13 Burnley, February 19 Norwich, Chelsea weds Brighton, Sun Liverpool, Jan 15 Man City, Jan 23 Spurs, February 19 Palace, February 26 Leicester, If a Leicester side ravaged by illness and injury could have City on the ropes, then so could Arsenal and Chelsea in City's next 2 league games after Brentford. While City will be overwhelming favourites to beat the Bees, they could potentially drop points against a resurgent Arsenal on New Year's Day and fellow title challengers Chelsea at the Etihad on January 15. These games will be key. If City win both, they're steaming clear at the top. But if they stumble, both Chelsea and Liverpool will be breathing down their neck again. Liverpool will certainly be hoping they slip up given they're about to be hit hard by Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane, 31 goals between them in all competitions this season so far, heading off to the Africa Cup of Nations. City will lose only Riyad Mahrez, of Algeria, to the tournament, which gets underway in Cameroon on January 9. While Mahrez is their top scorer this season, they have so much attacking strength it doesn't feel like such a big loss. Chelsea, as it happens, are also pretty lightly affected with just goalkeeper Edouard Mendy, of Senegal, going away. Kepa Arrizabalaga has played a handful of games this season and will step in. The depth of quality in City's squad means they are also best equipped to ride out any COVID or injury storms that come their way in the second half of the season. Guardiola was able to start both Grealish and Foden on the bench for the Leicester game and still see his team score 6 times. They have also scored 7 against Leeds and 4 at Newcastle in the past fortnight alone. They may have been forced to stock the bench with youth team players, but when your starting lineup boasts the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva and Raheem Sterling, plus you can call on Grealish, Foden, and Gabriel Jesus from the subs, it really isn't much of an issue. The other thing working in City's favour is that Chelsea and Liverpool meet on January 2, the day after their visit to the Emirates. For Guardiola and his players, particularly if they beat Arsenal, it will be feed up and see who drops the points. It's definitely City in the enviable position. They not only have remarkable squad depth, but all the momentum and also the recent experience of getting over the finishing line in a Premier League title race. But they are not totally infallible. Leicester were able to cut through them and put them under serious pressure. Arsenal and Chelsea will look to do the same in upcoming games. We'll only be in January, with half the season left to play, but those fixtures could well represent the last chance to stop City cantering away to another title.